Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome back to Direwolf20's Let's Play, episode 10. You can see me hanging out in my rubber tree farm. Just had a little bit of an incident. I was about to farm some rubber and a creeper snuck up on me and knocked out the bottom of this rubber tree. Not a problem though, because the resin spot was up higher than that, so it's not a huge deal. I also have a few more rubber trees, saplings that I could plant when and if I'm ready to do so. So like I said, not the end of the world. But I want to collect some more rubber just because I kind of have not been doing that as much as I should have been. Rubber is definitely used a lot in industrial crafts, so you want to collect it as often as you can, and I've been neglecting it a little bit. But don't worry, that's not the feature of today's episode. Today I've got a couple things I want to get going, but first let's finish collecting these goodies. Now I haven't done much since my last episode, hardly anything at all though. I barely played. And let's run back to our house and see what's going on. So if you look over here in my buildcraft room, you'll see that, things are cooking along just happily. There's plenty of water going into these pipes at the moment, and it's keeping the combustion engines full of water. So we've got no worries about the combustion engines overheating or any other problems. I'm trying to pretty much convert all the oil that I collected earlier into fuel, and that's moving along just fine. Why don't I drop my sticky resin here into my extractor. And without further ado, let's get building a new item. Oh, also I should mention, I got my first dark matter block. That just got pulled out of my condenser over here, and I'm letting that thing run along some more. I refilled it with some more Mobius fuel, and filled my collector back up with some more redstone to get upgraded to Mobius fuel. So that's all well and good. So let's get started building a new item. So in order to build this new item, I'm going to need some golden gears, and you can see I don't have quite enough gold. So I can obviously resolve that by opening up my transmutation table and converting a piece of diamond into some gold. You can see I can get a good amount of gold out of it, 4 gold to be a matter of fact. So let's convert another diamond up, and now I've got 8 gold. Perfect, just enough. And I'm going to need 4 sticks. So we've got 2 wooden gears, stone, iron, and gold. Ta-da! I'm also going to need to get myself a crafting table. Easy enough to make. And a chest. Perfect. And we're getting to start with a couple of the items that we need to make here. I'm also going to need to place in some ink sacs. Yep, those are required in this recipe. And I also need, looks like I'm going to need 2 dandelion yellow. They go here. And finally, I need to get a landmark. And the way to make a landmark is actually pretty easy. I'm going to need 5 of these eventually, so might as well make them now. You simply take some redstone torches and place some lapis lazuli above the top of them, and you've got a landmark. This is a buildcraft item. That's used for a couple things, but the first item I'm going to make with it is a filler. And the filler is a very fun and cool item. Let's go check it out. Now in the past you've seen me build a house a couple different ways. All kinds of neat tricks for building houses, right? So why don't I drop off some of the junk that I don't need much of anymore. And open up this guy. Now let's say I wanted to build a house right outside here. I should probably clear out this landscape just a little bit before I start working on such a thing. And this room is actually going to be a little bit larger than I would typically build out. So let's get started building. So the first thing I need to do to use my filler is map out the area that's going to be filled. So let's start off by placing down a marker right here. And that, if I place a redstone torch next to it, and brilliant me doesn't have any redstone torches on him. If I place a redstone torch right next to it, we'll emit some blue lasers to show you where this guy is. It's really just to help you see. Redstone torch here is optional. It just lets you see where this blue landmark is facing. And let's say I wanted to build my little area like so. I'm going to place down another landmark here. Yeah, this room's definitely going to be bigger than I usually build my rooms out at. And I'm going to place another landmark here. Why not? So that looks good. So now I've got my landmarks kind of all around there like that. And just to make it clear on where I'm placing things, I'm going to place a piece of cobblestone right here. And again, this is just marking for you guys to see what's up. And I'm kind of going to do a little bit extra than I normally would to get things going, but I really want you guys to see how this machine works for those of you who haven't watched it before. So now I'm going to knock this redstone torch off here, and I'm going to right-click on this landmark, because this is the landmark that connects to the landmark over there, and also connects to the landmark over there. You basically want to touch the one that connects to all the other landmarks. And you'll see you get this nice little red area roped out. And this red area is going to be used with whatever Buildcraft machine now connects to this landmark. And the machine I'm using, like I said, is the filler. Ta-da! Looking good. And it automatically knocks your landmarks off the ground, so I'm running over to where they were, and I'm picking them up. So let's go grab these guys. And I also need one more item I forgot to grab out of my chest here. 3 bricks. Now the filler has a couple different functions, and I'm going to show you one of them right now. This is the recipe that the filler is going to do, and this is what the filler is going to use as a resource in its functions. So let's explain that. The first recipe I'm going to show you guys for the filler is 3 bricks on the bottom and 3 pieces of glass in the middle. And this is the flattener filler. And the way this works is, any items that it has in its filling resources it's going to use to flatten out the terrain. And it's going to flatten it in this area. Now the only other thing I need to do at this point is connect this guy to power. So why don't I get a golden conductive pipe, and I'm going to need a teleport pipe, a power one as a matter of fact, and I'm going to set that up to frequency 2, but I'm not going to set it to receiving just yet, because I want to go inside, and my combustion engines are still running, taking care of this fuel, and I'm going to change my frequency on my combustion engines to frequency 2 as well. So now my fuel machine is going to eventually run out of any power it's got internally, and it's going to power off. It's no longer receiving power from this teleport pipe. It's trying to transmit over frequency 2. And it's not going anywhere just yet, because frequency 2 at the moment doesn't have the receiving option on. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Oh, look at that. It's starting to fill in the land. And I didn't bring enough dirt with me, so let's grab a couple more stacks. So basically, it's using the dirt inside the filler to flatten out this area. Very nice. And you can also see it's clearing out anything that's above this little terrain area. So it's literally flattening out the terrain. And it's just knocking everything on the ground for us. Very cool. Looks good to me, right? So I'm just going to collect all the junk that was just placed on the ground by our flattener. Thank you, Mr. Flattener, for making a mess. But hey, what do you want from such an awesome machine? So we've just flattened out this terrain and landscape very quickly. Looks pretty spiffy. And I'll be back in just a moment to get rid of this darkness that we're about to have. Now you know me, I want the floor of my house to be smooth stone. So what I'm actually going to do, and if we watch right now, the top of this is red. It means it doesn't have any more work to do. So I'm just going to clear this little area out. And I'll be back in a moment once I've cleared out this area. There's probably a quicker way to do this, but yeah, why not do it the quick way? I'm going to knock this machine off here and collect my items. Now there's one little thing you guys should know about this. I'm just going to drop my seeds on the ground for now so I can collect my items. The one thing you should know is in order to get this little tape piece to go away, you need to save and quit out of your game and go back into your world. So I've got my Let's Play world here, and now the tape is gone. So that's how you clear that out. So, to make this go a little faster, let's go back over to where I had this guy. And I had one right here, didn't I? And I can connect it again. Place down my filler once more. And place my bricks, the glass, and just throw a stack of dirt in. And where's my golden pipe? Frequency 2, receiving is true. And you can see it's green again, meaning it has work to do. and it's just going to clear out that little bit of terrain that I wanted cleared. And while that's running, I'm just going to dump some stuff in my inventory into the miscellaneous junk pile here. I don't need any more dirt, and I don't need any more seeds, so let's get rid of these guys. Grabbed way more than I probably needed. I can even throw my sand in here. Don't want to have too much junk in my inventory while I'm playing around. And shouldn't need these anymore, so that should be good. So how's it looking out there? Hey, all done. Nice job. I like it. So I'm just going to collect all the items that dropped, and I'll be right back once I'm ready for the next piece. So the next thing I want to do is build a room here. Can I use a filler to build a room? Of course I can. But in this case, I'm going to need not 3, but 4 landmarks. I need to map out the area like I had it a moment ago. So let's place down my 3 landmarks the way they were. Looking good. And if I want to build out a room, I need to tell it how high to go. So what I want to do is just go up to the height that I want the room to be, and place a landmark right on up here. Very nice. And I want to leave that guy up there for a moment. And again, remember, I need to click on the landmark that connects to all the other ones. So there's one over there, there, and right above. So if I click on this guy, it should map out a nice little red area for me. Sweet. Place down my filler. Looking good. I'm going to go collect my landmarks, and there's one more thing I need to do. I need to get a couple more bricks, because I need more than 3 brick blocks in order to use the recipe I'm about to do. So let's go in here. Perfect. Place down my golden conductive pipes. And set this to frequency 2 again, but I haven't turned it on, so it's not going to send power in yet. Now, the recipe for what I want to build next is this guy, and this is your walls recipe. This will build walls around your area that you have mapped out. And I think it'll lay down the ground the way I want it to, but we're about to find out, because I'm going to place smooth stone in the filling resource area. So it's going to pretty much use smooth stone to operate. Let's see what happens when I turn this guy on. Frequency 2, turn on, please. Oh, look at that, exactly what I wanted it to do. It's laying down ground for me. And it's probably going to run out of smooth stone pretty darn fast. Yeah, it's going through it pretty quickly. But that's alright, it's building a room for me. And again, it's my combustion engines in the other room that are powering this machine using the teleport pipes. And look, it just started to build a wall, and it ran out of resources. Dun 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 dun. Why don't I go get myself some more smooth stone, and I'll be right back. So I don't want to wait for my smooth stone to cook up. I'm going to place some smooth stone in the target block of my transmutation grid, place a bunch of cobblestone in there, looking good, and just alt-click the smooth stone in. And look, ta-da, transmuted its way straight into my heart. Thank you, equivalent exchange. And I'm just going to turn this guy off for a moment. Can receive false. It's probably stored a little bit of power in there. No, maybe not. I'm going to dump all my smooth stone in that I can, and turn it back on. Look at that beautiful process. So it's basically building walls around what I've got. There's other recipes as well. There's a filler that'll just fill in the entire area. So walls will keep the inside empty, but the filler will fill in everything. There's also a clearing section that'll completely clear everything. There's also a pyramid and stairs and a couple other cool things that I might show at some point. But for now, this is doing exactly what I want it to do. It's building me a house. It's quite a marvel to watch. And yeah, this is a pretty big room, so I'm going to be doing something pretty neat in here. I think that's as high as my roofs usually are. I guess we'll find out in a moment. So once this is done, I'm going to go outside and just check to make sure everything's good. Oh look, I still didn't have enough smooth stone. My oh my. Gonna need a bit more of that stuff. Let's cook myself up a piece real quick. I need something to do my target blocking with, right? And smooth stone. 4 stacks of cobble will get me, looks like, a little bit more than 2.5 stacks of smooth. That should be enough to finish up. And remember, the light's green because it still has work to do. So placing my smooth stone in there. Now the light's red. So, plenty of smooth stone. That means the work is done. It does look like my roof matches my other roofs, so that's good. And look, it refilled this thing up. Ha ha ha. Now this would be an excellent mob spawner, wouldn't it? Probably. So why don't I light this guy up real quick? And I'm haphazardly placing torches in here. I might make this a little nicer looking at some point. But I just want to make sure that there's enough light in the room for you guys to see what's going on. And I should create some holes in the roof. So why don't I just, right now I'm just going to clean up this house a little bit, knock some holes in the roof, put in the skylights I like to do, and I'll be back. Alright guys, that looks like a pretty nice room that I've built here. Pretty big, taking care of a lot of cool things, gonna be nice. So, what am I going to use this room for? I'm going to use this room to build one of Direwolf's classic, traditional, amazing, awesome, and lots of fun auto-sorting machines. I personally hate having to come back from a mining expedition and have all this junk in my inventory, and I need somewhere to put it, and I need to go to each chest and say, alright, this goes in here, and this goes in here, and I gotta go macerate this, and then I gotta go refine that, and just tired of that. So it's time to build a machine to take care of all of that for me. So, let me start thinking about my way of doing it. I might do it a little bit differently than I usually do, as a matter of fact. So, let's get started thinking, shall we? So, I'm going to be doing some compressing a lot. So I have my compressor recipe here for the Singularity compressor. This is the advanced machine version of the compressor. And I'm going to use that to build some of the items I'm going to build for my auto-sorting system. And because I don't want to wait a long time, I'm going to go ahead and build it now. So I need to get myself another one of these advanced machine blocks. And as you recall, the advanced machine block is going to require a good amount of iron and good stuff. And oh boy, look at that. Only a handful of iron. Do I have any in this box from the last time I went mining? Yeah, I have a good amount of iron. Might need more, but we'll see what happens. So I've got myself some iron here. Gonna need some coal. Probably a good amount of coal, as a matter of fact. And I'll even grab a couple diamonds and some gold, just in case. Plenty of redstone. Can't imagine I'll need terribly much more than that, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I need my bronze and tin, too. Yep, definitely. So, real quick, I need to throw, first off, and stack into my macerator here, but let me use my rotary macerator, and let it quickly get myself some coal dust. And I need to get some of this good stuff. And luckily I have just enough iron for now. Ta-da! Mixed metal ingots. And I can throw these guys in my compressor and let them compress right along. Rotary macerator is doing its job, and as soon as it's done, I'm going to put the iron ore in there because I need to get myself some more iron. And I think I even had some more over in one of these chests. Yeah, I had some more coal dust. So just in case I need that, I'm ready for it. See why I love the rotary macerator? The compressor will be moving just that fast in a bit here. Why don't I go ahead and throw 16 of these guys in. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. There. I'm going to need my 2 raw carbon meshes here. Perfect. Take the iron out, and throw that in my induction furnace to get cooked. I forgot, because I was done with this, I should switch this guy back to frequency 1. Sometimes I forget to do silly stuff like that. So I wasted a little bit of fuel, but that's alright. I'm going to be fine for fuel going forward. A couple of people have posted commenting how I'm a little bit wasteful with my resources, and you know what? Yeah, I am. I will admit it. I'll be the first to say. Sometimes I do waste resources, but what do you want from me? Alright, let's throw something like that in there. I'm going to need a good amount of refined iron here. For now, I've got enough. So we can throw this in here. Make myself my machine block. Upgrade it to an advanced machine block. And I'm going to need some obsidian. Looks like I have enough. That's good. Get out my trusty wrench. Must have left left it in my chest over here. No? Did I break it last time I used it? Oh well. I can build another one. I've got the bronze. I think I built the wrong wrench. Yeah, I did. Alright, so got my compressor, my advanced machine block, and the obsidian all around. Gives me the singularity compressor. Again, just the upgraded version of the compressor. So I can go ahead and put on a lever on top. And as usual, I can't put levers on this thing to save my life. There we go. And we'll let it build up some PSI. And while we're doing that, we'll just let it work on its mixed metal ingots. Thank you, sir. And I'll be back in a moment once I'm ready to start working on the machines I want to build. Okay, so I'm going to need some power, so I'm making myself some, that's what I wanted to do. Put these guys in here, get myself some more copper cables. See why I wanted a good amount of rubber? I just used 2 full stacks of it. Oh my. And I'm also cooking myself up a bit more bronze. I just macerated some tin dust. And I can grab all the bronze dust there and cook that up in my induction furnace real quick. So I think, let me see, how many solar panels am I going to want to build for industrial craft? So I'm going to need a good amount of solar panels to power this room I'm about to build. So I think I'm going to need about 20. So you can see I'm using a lot of resources to build the solar panels here. 20 electronic circuits. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more iron, at least refined. So let's throw that in here. Refine it up. And I'm going to need 10 solar panels. That means I'm going to need about 80 refined iron. Boy, I'm not going to have quite enough, am I? So let's place a Philosopher's Stone in here and place a couple diamonds in the chest. Let's place 3 in. That's going to get me 12 gold. And then I can convert that gold down to iron. So I just got 48 more iron from some of the diamonds I have. Yeah, I know. Using diamonds to get iron, but what can I say? I really want one of these nifty little sorting areas for myself. And yes, I know there's different ways to get all kinds of cool energy here, but don't worry. I know what I'm doing. So, making myself 10 machine blocks here. That'll be good. I'm going to need, oh, I don't know, some cobble. A little bit more than I have at the moment. Place all these guys down. I'm also going to need 10 batteries, which will be a lot of fun to make. Hey, perfect amount of redstone for that. Cool. And furnace, battery, generator. Perfect. Split up some electric current here, some coal dust, and some glass. I need more glass. Great. Do I have any in here? No. I got a little bit of sand. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Hey, wait, this isn't the old-fashioned way. This is the new-fashioned way. What am I saying? Let's just place, why not, some cobble in there. That'll work. Plenty of glass now. Ha ha ha. There we go. 10 solar panels. Perfect. Now I'm going to need somewhere to store this power, so just like this guy stores the power for this room, I'm going to build another MFE using some diamonds, and I need some more redstone. Forgot to get some of that. I used it all just a minute ago. Thank you, energy crystals. And I'm going to need to place down a thing like this. 4 copper cables, and some energy crystals will get me an MFE. Perfect! So now I've got a way to store my energy and a way to transmit it. And I'm probably going to need some gold cabling, because I'm going to be running all this stuff to my power lines there. So do I have enough gold to make gold cabling? Probably not. Well, I do have a bit of gold in my condenser, and maybe I can steal from it. That should be alright. Hopefully this will be enough gold cabling, but we'll find out. You know what? I even need more rubber. My goodness. Why don't I collect a little bit more rubber? Yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more than I have, and I'll be back. Not a bad resin haul, if I do say so myself. Good amount of it. I'm going to throw it in my compressor here. My extractor, I'm sorry. And extract all the rubber out of that guy. Perfect. While that's going, I'm just going to take... that should be good. Perfect. Now I've got a good amount of gold cabling, which should suffice until that stuff's done going. So let's go outside here. And I'm going to throw my little solar flower at the top. Now typically you guys might have seen me doing this a little differently. Usually I'll probably do something like, you know, have one big power system, but today I feel like trying things different. So let's just build out a nice little solar flower on this roof. What do you say? And place down my solar panels. Big fan of the solar panels because it's one of those set and forget type of, you know, devices. Don't have to worry too much about them. They'll always run. There we go. Now I'm also going to probably wind up just hooking up my MFE right on the floor here. And I can reorient this guy later if I need to. Looking good. So, goal number 1 was to get this guy started filling up. Mission accomplished. He's charging up. Now, let's build ourselves some machines to power in this room. Alright, so I need to build a few more advanced machines. I'm going to build 6 of them for now. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to do something like this. Need some more tin, don't I? No, I think I'm good. Perfect. I can throw that into my singularity compressor. See how much faster that operates now? And I'm macerating up some more coal for myself. Figured out I need a bit more of that than I currently have. I think I figured I need 128 of them, but I might be wrong. We'll see though. Okay. That should be good. Perfect. Alright, next I need to get myself some, oh boy, more refined iron. Goodness, this is going to be expensive. Just came and grabbed more diamonds out of my condenser. The nice thing about equivalent exchange is you can just rearrange however many items you have into whatever other items you've got. So let's go with, for now, I don't know, that should probably be enough, right? Maybe. And start cooking this guy up in my induction furnace. I'll be back when it's done cooking. Alright, so I said I wanted 6 machines here, so let's do that. That'll do it. Nice. 6 machine blocks. Make them advanced machines. And yeah, I built a few more carbon plates than I needed, but that's alright. I'm probably going to upgrade this room eventually. But for now, this is good. I'm going to throw these carbon plates in here. Don't need them for now. And I want to make macerators and induction furnaces. So that's what I'm working on right now. Grabbing my rubber out of my extractor there, and I need some more copper probably. That should be good. Okay, cleaning that up a little bit, looks nice. Now, let's get ourselves some of these guys. Alright, got 8 electronic circuits, that should be plenty. I'm only going to need 6. So I want 3 macerators and 3 induction furnaces, at least for now. Like I said, I might build one more set of each eventually. for now, that should be good. So I'm macerating some gravel to get some flint for my macerators. I made myself a little bit more refined iron using my Philosopher's Stone and some more diamonds. That should be good. 6 more of these guys. And I'm going to take 3 of them. To get my 3 macerators. And I'm going to need some electro furnaces. And in order to do that, I'm going to need 3 of these guys and some iron furnaces. And to get an iron furnace, I can do something like this. 3 of them. 3 iron furnaces. 3 electric furnaces, and I'll place down 3 of my blocks here, and so close with the copper, almost had enough. 3 induction furnaces, sweet. Now I need the same deal, I need some more refined iron for my rotary macerators. Oh goodness. I have more machine blocks than I expected to have. How did I manage that? Well, I'm not sure how I managed that, but I can convert them right back into my refined iron. So, macerators, advanced machine blocks. And I've got 3 rotary macerators now. Perfect. So let's go start building out our room, shall we? Now, what I'm going to need to do is run some electricity, and I might want to run it under the floorboards here. So let me think about how I want to design this room. Alright, I'm going to try out by just placing first my rotary macerators. Is that what this is? No, I need this guy. Rotary macerator right here. I'll just place for temporary purposes here and here. And now I need to power these guys, so I've got my gold cabling. Nope, needs to be a little bit lower so I can cover it up. And there's a little bit of energy loss on gold cabling, but I'm not ready to spend diamonds on cables that don't lose nearly as much power as these will. So I can just run this like so, and here. And if I look at this, great, they've got all the power they need. And I could even get some levers here. Let's do that real quick. Thank you. I'll use number 4. Where do I want to place these levers? I think here should be fine. And you can hold shift when you right click on your blocks, and you don't have to worry about them opening up. So yeah, I don't actually even need these levers, because the way redstone works is it'll go through to the next machine block. So all 3 of my macerators are going to speed up. Perfect. And I can cover up these floorboards right behind it, like so. Nice. And it's using a little bit of energy to keep these guys moving, but that's okay, I'm producing more than I need right now. On to the next set of items. Okay, now I think the way I've got the design laid out, I want to place my induction furnaces like so. Of course, actually placing them down properly would work better. And I'm going to dig this out again, do the same wiring job that I did just a minute ago. Just run something like this. Perfect. And now these guys should be getting the power they need. And I can also hook them up to levers. And I think they should also transfer their juice between, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like they're all on, so that's a good sign. 1% heat all around, looks good. And you might have noticed TMI is on. I was actually just in my test world practicing how I want to build this machine, and I left TMI on, so don't worry, I wasn't giving myself items or nothing. Alright, let me go clean up my inventory and get ready to build this sorting system. Alright guys, this video is running a little bit long, and I think I've made good progress in today's episode. I've got the beginnings of a sorting machine room, and you got to see the filler and a couple other neat little things. Next episode, I'm going to complete this room, so stay tuned for that. So, this has been Direwolf20's Let's Play. This has been episode 10. I hope you guys enjoyed checking it out. and I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy.